Welcome to another episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
I'm Zombie, and this is It's Frickin' Figures, and we have a special guest joining us tonight, Ace from Ramen.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me on the show.
Yeah, anytime,
thanks
really.
for joining us. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
boy.
kind of a big one. I wasn't here the last time you were on the show. I had to miss it,
that's right.
so I'm looking forward to chatting with you tonight.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Oh, man. So we normally talk about a figure we've gotten. Do you want to do what's in the box, Zombie? Or do you want to have...
So this is kind of this is nothing new. This is more like things that well, some of it I knew I had, and some of it I just kind of I found. And Dustin, I kind of teased you with this here, but I rediscovered my old metal Thundercats lunchbox.
That is so freaking cool.
So I've had this since I went to first grade. So this was my first lunchbox, and it's metal, so it's the real deal. I did put a little bit of tape here to cover up my name where they wrote my name on it and everything, but it's got art all the way around it.
That is so cool.
I used to love this thing, and I always liked, this is the back. I liked the back always more than I did the front.
Yeah.
That's the front. It's got everybody on it and everything, but I liked that art so much more.
Yeah.
And of course, I still have thermos.
No way.
Wow.
That is so cool.
It's a little worse for wear. It's a little rusted, but I still have it.
Yeah. I think my first grade lunchbox was just a G.I. Joe lunchbox because they didn't have Thundercats readily available.
Oh, I handpicked this one out.
Right.
I remember being in the store just seeing like the wall of lunchboxes there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then I forgot I had this. This is Vincent Valentine from the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Oh, wow.
Square Enix. Yeah, Square Enix.
That's right. Yeah. I forgot I had this. So when I came across that, I was, hey.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've never opened them. It was just one of those things that I had, and I squirreled away. And then I found this little thing, and I don't know what it is, but it's just this little mouse that it reminds me of Ratfink, but he's pink. I don't know what it is. It was just kind of loose in one of the boxes.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't place that either.
Going on my desk.
I can't place that one either. Ace, did you happen to get anything, or do you want to save that for?
Well, I got a Ling Ji-hun's
no way.
Gypsy Avenger.
Yeah.
So what's cool about this is that there's a light up mechanism, I think, somewhere here. There you go.
Oh, nice.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, learn from these guys who are innovating stuff. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I dig that.
Love Pacific Rim.
Yeah. And it's weird. I mean, I saw those were on one of the streaming services, and I was like, do I suggest this for ADHD theater, But I love that movie. So I got a little surprise because Pumaira works at Walmart. She sees returns and stuff a lot, and this was returned and on clearance. So she picked it up for me.
Wow, $10? Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I don't even think it was $10. I think it ended up being cheaper, but regardless, really? I was like, $10? Yeah, you did good. You did good, wife.
Very nice.
But yeah. Oh boy. So what's going on? So you're counting down on Musk, yeah?
Yeah, so in fact the early bird just ended last night, Singapore time. But I guess we're still having the price on there because we need our team to go actually manually to remove the price and put it back onto the normal price. So there's still
Okay.
some to go to still get it at the early bird price. That's the way we roll, you know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so what what all are you guys offering right now? I see some stuff, other stuff on your homepage.
Hmm.
Are your racers still available and stuff like that?
Yes, so we are currently having a few things on our website. The main
Uh,
thing, obviously, is the Ramen, the
yeah.
modular underground sewer command. So we're trying to push people to get the super mask,
Yeah.
and that's going pretty well. We have unlocked the third tier, which is the lamppost, the street
Yeah.
lamppost with the LED, and then I think we are just about 200 shy of unlocking the phone booth, right? I think many
Yeah.
people want the phone booth.
Yeah. That'll be
And
cool.
yeah, also we have the ongoing armored vehicles that's still on pre-orders. We have the Master of the Verse hits, primarily verse 4, 5, and 6, as well as a rehash of 1, 2, and 3 with different hair color. And
Okay.
then we have let's see, the ramen races, but in a different color as well. So instead of the normal ramen racer that we did last year, this one is metal black, which is all a black interior, chrome black electroplating versus normal chrome silver electroplating.
Yeah.
And then also the infernal piece of the racer.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the main things, unless and of course the economical events, the REVs are still on the site for ordering, right? So
Okay.
among other things like the Marshall that's still there, we have some stock of the Marshall, and yeah, I think that's what we have on off right now.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool. Uh, Zombie, I'm gonna pull you up here on the screen again. Uh, so yeah, there's the Super Musk, the Ramen
Yep.
Racer.
Now, if you
Man,
click on that, that's so these prices here that this is still
Oh,
the
it
early
just
bird
went back
special.
to there we go. as I mentioned. So yeah, we actually closed the early bit already. So yeah,
okay.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and this is just all the different add-on sections to make
Mm-hmm.
the complete set, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, the act the actuality is that we have a sewer section, right? And then we sort of put on the top street section to make it the underground modular sewer command, right?
Okay.
But we thought that we could actually separate out the street and the sewer as separate pieces in case folks want to get those instead. But like I said, the main flagship is actually this super mass, which is a combination of two sewer sections and two street sections. So that's the main deal. Yep.
That's cool.
I have
Oh
to
man,
agree. And
it's
still,
like
even at that price, it's still that's a great buy. I mean, this is a absolutely stellar looking playset here.
Yeah. So the whole idea is that this is a lot of tooling,
uh
and for us to actually make this worthwhile in a financial sense, we have got to kick in some measures to ensure that we have the tooling covered, we got the production cost covered. So that's why we have the early bird. So the early bird is meant to get folks invested in the product,
yeah,
to do the upfront payment. We can get the tooling going right away, and furthermore, not just to ensure that some folks get it, we want to ensure that at least a number of people buy it, such that we put up these tiers to encourage the numbers. So ideally, if in a perfect world, early bird price at 250 at 1,200 units sold would put us in a good position. Of course, now it's currently 200 shy of that amount, but it was still good because whatever the case, this is going to be made. This is not a crowd fund. It's not a
Mhm.
HasLab. This will be made nonetheless. And, these tiers that we offer to our customers, our direct customers, is in fact the whole essence of trying to get this project going so that it works out for us, right? It's going to work out for you, but
Mhm.
it has to work out for us as well.
Yeah.
So, that's why these freebies that we throw in are not offered if you get it from, let's say, BBTS or another retailer, because this is essentially a ramen toy exclusive deal to get us to that amount of super mass sold. And once you do that, we're throwing in all these extra stuff for the customer that supports the project. Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I like how you've included the dimensions for each piece here too. So that really helps people decide, if I get this, where is it going to go? Will it fit in my shelf? Will it fit in my detolf? I
Well,
like
I
Well, it won't fit in a detail, that's for sure.
that. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it will.
well, and of course you could be me and buy something and then not know where to put it because it never works out. So
See, the good thing about this is that, it actually is a furniture by itself. If you get a shelf and you fill that shelf with stuff, this one, if you think about it, if you get one sewer, another sewer, and you stack them up one on top of the other, and you stack 4 sewers, it can actually be up to about a meter plus tall, and then that essentially becomes like a shelving unit. So that's another way to look at it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
forego the shelves, get the super musk, right?
That's right.
I dig it. I mean, and people are gonna need some turtles or some super musk for their cake turtles coming up.
Whichever, turtles, humans, zombies, what have you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Could definitely
Yeah,
fill it with some
I could
zombies.
see this. I could see this being used for people's Punisher displays too. Because he's had hideouts in the sewers before.
Yeah, and the above ground actually the street level reminds me a lot of stuff out of Spider-Man too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, the good thing about what we do, hopefully it holds true for everything that we do, is that the final product actually looks better than the prototype, right? Same as we have shown with our product so far. We showed off Machina back 2 years ago, Red Gullwing. When people get it in hand, they said it's awesome. We showed off the Ramen Racer on my streams, and I had with myself just a prototype that really wasn't the final thing, and then the final thing, people were enjoying it. So this is our mantle. We want to make sure that the final product is always better than what you see in a prototype, so you can actually be rest assured that this is going to be phenomenal. And I'm really exactly, so even our prototype was not as well painted as this.
Yeah,
so
this is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed this since day one. It's been on this since day one, actually.
Thank you.
But yeah, I really dig it. And you guys really did a great job on this head.
And we'll keep on improving as well.
For sure. Now, all right, let's check in with the comments here. Yeah, we got first. Hey, all y'all. Any questions? Let's see. All right. Not sure. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about this, but yeah.
I know what they're talking about.
Inside joke.
Yeah.
No.
But anyway.
Those didn't get made.
Not yet.
Not yet. So let's see. Go back to the let's go back to here.
Yeah, I just kind of scrolled down. You had mentioned the Master of the Verse heads.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
2.0. So yeah,
2.0,
you said new
yep.
hairstyle, not style, hair colors. And these
Yeah,
are
so folks
available or
were
for pre-order?
yeah, so folks were asking about any chance of redoing the original ones that you had there, asked Dustin. So, like I said, we do our best to not do any reissues,
Mhm.
but to cater to the demand thereafter. So we made changes. In this case, the changes is the hair color. So
Mhm.
it's more like blonde versus yellow. So there's
Yeah.
a difference, right? Yep.
Yeah. I think I need to get that the faker head too.
I think you should.
It's like
Yeah.
I got a faker here, and I don't really like any head in particular. So, but that one looked really good.
Yeah, if you check out Mr. Home Arcade's video that he did recently, so I sent him some test shots of the verse 4, 5, and 6,
Uh-huh.
and he was able to put it onto his figures, and he quite liked the results. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So what's the window for the pre-order for something like this? Is it just going to stay open
This
until
one
they're
is
made?
until we're sold out. So the fact of the matter is that we're not doing gangbuster numbers with all these little products. We're just like doing 300 pieces,
Uh-huh.
500 pieces maximum. So we have that amount that's there, and then we'll just put it there until we're sold out. That was exactly what happened with the first release.
Mhm.
We had it up for pre-order. We made the numbers based on the orders that we got plus a bit more, and then once we are sold out, that's it. And then there was requests for more hits. We put it up there for pre-order. Again, as always, it seems to be a trend. The second round pre-orders will never be the same amount as the first, so it's always much lesser, and it's a proven statistic,
Mhm.
and that's why we are not very keen on doing another run. Exactly as I'm saying this, the truth, the same is true for the Ramen Racer. We did 1,200, 2,000 units of the Ramen Racer on our first run, but on the second run, again based on your request to get it out again for those that missed it, we only got a few hundred pieces, like 100, 200 pieces. So that's way below MOQ requirements from the factory, but
Mhm.
we still have to do it because it's up for pre-order. We can't just say that, because we can't make the MOQ, we got to cancel the thing. So we carry on, we bite the bullet, we carry on, we try to combine different colors. That's why the tiger orange to make a comeback, because we need the tiger orange in there in the production run to bring us to the minimum quantity orders with the Ramen Razor, the Metal Black, the Inferno, and then bring in some tiger orange to make that 1,000 units that the factory requires for us to make this production. So yeah,
Okay.
off on a tangent, but that's just trying to explain the situation with Ramen Toy in terms of production.
Yeah,
Right,
it makes
right.
sense.
So for the Razor edition for the Ramen Racer, I noticed that you have Black Razor Pack. So
Yes.
that's the additional parts that go on the Razor edition, and those I'm assuming are going to fit on the other like versions of the Racer itself. Um, is there any plan to offer something like that, like the accessory pack, the armor pieces for the vans, for people that maybe just got the basic versions of the vans?
So yes, zombie. The whole idea of the Ramen Razor Pack is meant for folks who already have the Ramen Racer to not have to buy another entire car, but just to get the pack and then fit it onto their existing car and convert it into the Razor. Okay, so that's the whole idea. However, the accessories that differentiates between a normal van and just the extra parts is currently too minute that we don't have yet plans to make it available. But again, if there's a demand, we
Okay.
always will cater to it. It is just not as simple because for us, we have to have packaging, right, for that product. We have to have an SKU for it, have a packaging. Most importantly, the packaging, right? Because when it is part of the radar and the recoil, we just put those parts in the van in the packaging of the van.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna get those extra pieces out, those have to actually go into a packaging, which then involves another set of tasks. And we're just trying to see what is worth it at the moment for us to dedicate our resources. So as much as we would love to have this, that, and everything, we have got to manage ourselves in a way so that we don't overextend ourselves for maybe a very small amount of requests. So that's
Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I had a
Understood.
very specific reason for asking that because I've
Okay.
been eyeballing the vans, but
Okay.
I've been toying around with an idea of customizing one for
All right.
a certain group of Terrapin characters.
Okay.
So that explanation kind of
Well,
steers me
maybe
which
we
way
will
I
do a
want to go.
version that will just cater to your needs, right? A different color and a different actual because the current parts on the Raider that makes it the Raider, that the front grill and that armored windscreen, that's about it, right? It doesn't really reflect what you need for your Terrapin, guys. So maybe we can do something that's totally unique to that, so that, yeah, who knows? So
I'll be watching.
Right.
I'll be watching you. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've customized a vehicle, and I have to say, it's a different experience of doing that type of customizing work versus on a humanoid type of character or a creature or something like that. It's much less forgiving because you have all of these smooth panels on a vehicle, and if you're not an experienced painter in that type of stuff, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So, my first foray into it didn't go too well. So it had been years since I had tried again.
Do you use an airbrush or?
No, I still don't own an airbrush.
Okay.
I'm fully,
Brush?
manual
Paint
brush.
by
Oh, wow.
hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's cool. Wow. Okay. Wow.
I still paint by hand, by brush. And it's funny because I've learned to emulate finishes created with airbrush with actual paint brushes because I've had to do repair work on friends' statues that break or whatever, and I tell them, hey, I'll give it my best shot, and then I'm successful with it, just luckily, I guess. I don't know. So it's been an interesting journey trying to mimic finishes like that just with brushes.
It's quite a
not
task.
easy.
Yeah.
It is not easy, and it's very time consuming. But yeah, there's been several times where Dustin and I have just talked about the vans and everything and customizing, and he likes the Misery Machine exclusive.
I do.
So he really
I have a
likes
specific
that
reason for it though. I have the Mezco pink skulls that I just envision them fitting in there like perfectly with their whole aesthetic because they're pink skulls, the Misery Machine. It's just like, and then it's their tour bus van that they cram all their equipment into, and it's like that would be so cool.
Nice.
Haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I don't know. I'm close.
There's time. There's still time.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see.
Was there anything you wanted to bring up from the site, Dustin, to talk about, or I've still got it pulled up?
Okay, let's see. Let's go back. Oh yeah, the tanks are freaking amazing. Were you or was it you that yeah, we were talking about, I don't know, I don't think you were here, but we were talking about these vehicles need to be on I'm blanking. Fresh Monkey Fictions toy. Their toy line. I was like, hey, you should partner with Ramen. get
yeah, we're all about collaboration.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
right, totally because they have the Operation Monster Force that
Yeah.
they're doing, and it's a type of military type of Now these are 112 scale, correct?
112. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Big boys.
Yeah.
Yes, it's,
I have to
it's
applaud you for doing that scale with all these different type of vehicles. I mean, there's obviously fans that have been clamoring for it for years,
Mhm.
and you just can't get it at big box stores. So my hats off to you for
Thank you.
making those.
Thank you. So yeah, I mean, my dream was actually the bridge layer, right? Because the bridge layer is a vehicle that is, again, you got to. I don't know if you'll believe me, but when I did the bridge layer, it has no association whatsoever with GI Joe. Nothing whatsoever.
Hmm.
I purely love a bridge layer, and in my uh, viewing of models made, whether it is 72 scale, big scale, small scale, the bridge layer is a very undone model, right?
Mm.
Nobody has actually done the bridge layer outside of one RC bridge layer that I saw, which was totally fantastic because this bridge layer is by radio control. It actually launches the bridge. The thing goes over the bridge. It captures the bridge back. It attracts the bridge back and keeps going. That is an engineering marvel. All right.
Mm.
Now we don't have that kind of expertise in our realms. So what we could do is to make it just like manual. But aside from like model kits in 35 scale, which is the preferred scale of all these armored vehicles, there is really nothing outside of that RC that is a bridge layer. So my whole spiel was to do a bridge layer. And then when I did that, I got comments and feedback from the community about, oh, do a Wolverine. I was like, what is a Wolverine? Okay. So I checked it out. Oh, it's actually a Wolverine with rocket launchers. So we again listened to the community and we did the phalanx, which is a rocket launcher on that hull. And of
Yeah.
course, if we already have the bridge layer, the rocket launcher, we definitely need an actual tank.
Right.
So we put on the hull of the turret of the M1, and we made it a tank. And then we need a antagonist version, right? So we thought that the bad guys would have two barrels instead of one, and that was how the Amphibian was conceived. So
Yeah.
this whole idea of me doing this series started with solely the bridge layer. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And
I
as you can
love
see, the
colors.
numbers are not really great. 426 pieces, so that barely covers MOQ. But because the hull is shed across the Hunter and this Amphibian, so those two combined, we are reaching above 1,000 pieces. So there's no perfect system, but we do our best to sort of average out all the cost and the revenue to make it work.
That's awesome.
So I saw a picture of the Hunter, but it wasn't in that paint scheme. It was
Where did you see that?
it was in like purples and more bright greens.
Right.
I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that is actually a exclusive for Agabus for BotCon. So what I did was I brought that prototype sample up to New York Toy Fair for Agabus to have a look and let them critique the sample, and yeah, they will come back to me with their feedback, and as and when they're ready to launch it for BotCon, I'm ready to do the production.
That's awesome because, of course, that's kind of a nod to which it's a Megatron, isn't it?
It's a nod to G2 Megatron. That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it and I was busy doing something else, and I went try to go back to it and grab it to have it to show, but I couldn't find it again. But that's cool. I like that. So hopefully they'll get back to you guys soon.
Yeah. I believe there was another vehicle that you were wanting to talk about, Air Zombie.
I do. Before I jump to that, though, I want to say anybody that's watching, um, get these numbers up. If you're a fan of the Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff with the Operation Monster Force, because I
Mhm.
could totally see those black and red versions going perfectly with
Totally.
those figures. I mean, it screams just the same kind of, you
Yeah.
know, theme there. So
And universe, it's like it
yeah,
just fits.
I mean, go get them. There's no excuse not to. So uh, with licensing and everything, you caught my attention with this next thing here. So I'd like to talk about this.
Okay.
I had this car when I was a kid, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I no longer have it. I think I lost it in a fire. We had a
Wow.
fire one time, and it was probably consumed in that. And I remember it; it was big. Like, of
Mhm.
course, you're a kid; everything always seems bigger or whatever. But it was big. I think it was a 112 scale, and it
Okay.
had a voice chip in it. It had the
Wow.
dude Michael Knight that came with it. Of course, he only was a 5 points of articulation type of figure.
Okay. Okay.
But I was excited when I saw this. So this, I believe, you're still waiting for licensing approval for it.
Well, I'm waiting to get a meeting with the licensor to reach an agreement because what happened was I was in development of this guy immediately after the Ramen Racer, and basically what was the next car that we're going to be doing after Ramen Racer, right? 112. So the buzz in the community is this Night Rider,
Mm.
and the way to do it obviously is licensing. And which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do I
Mm.
go to the licensor with nothing, or do I go with the licensor with something? So I did this, and I made a video and I presented it to the agent. Hopefully the agent will show us the ropes towards the license,
Mm.
but unfortunately we've heard nothing back. So I decided to just release the video to the public because this was actually done like 9 months ago.
Mm.
uh if you see the video, right, it's not new. So I just only recently released it like a month ago. So the fact of the matter is there is demand, right? There are 8,000 views to the video, and I got that feedback back to the agent and say, hey, this thing has 8,000 views. Why are we not able to even have a discussion on email, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for them to let me know what's going on. Basically, it's a very simple universal license, but obviously, whether or not Universal would accept my proposal of 1,000 units, 2,000 units, right? Because it's about money. It's about making sure that the efforts of the licensor is worth it. Because to draft a contract is not simple. You have to get lawyers involved. Lawyers are not cheap. So I don't know how much it costs to draft a contract. So I'm just pulling numbers out of the air. It could
Mm.
be $5,000. It could be $10,000. And no point if they are doing all this and then I'm just giving them like $20,000, right? So it's got to be worth their while. And once it's worth their while, it's not worth my while, right? If this is going to cost me 100,000 US dollars just to make this for them, right?
Yeah.
Then you do the math, right? You do the math with my tooling, with everything. It's either I charge you guys a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't make any money, or I may lose money. So it's difficult when it comes to licensing,
Mm-hmm.
uh, especially when you are small like us. You're not like having millions in the bank through investments and hedge funds and go do what you like.
Yeah.
It's very different. It's I'm like you. I'm like you and you and you. We just I just decided to do stuff,
Yeah.
and that's why there's no license for the first 80s commanders. And then of course you had Brian Flynn on a couple weeks ago, and he was the one that actually reached out to me to license Silverhawks. That was another story. And obviously, then on, we also couldn't make any headway in terms of other kinds of licensing. But we did land our first license of Gatchaman, and we've already done the prototype. It's going to be approved soon, and we can start pre-sales of that Gatchaman item, and hopefully that Gatchaman license can lead us to this license or another license, etc., etc. Because that is the way to go for us to be at a convention, showing off our stuff with proper license, because nobody wants to be there and then, oh, this guy doesn't have the rights, it's just weird vibes, right? Just weird vibes. So back to this, it's got transforming functions, because I've seen all the Knight Riders that's available from Hot Wheels. I mean, Hot Wheels does great stuff with the Knight Rider, right? Die-cast metal, like you said, the voice chip, everything, all the sounds and everything. But nobody has done a transforming one. Nobody has done the Super Pursuit mode. So I thought, and if you know Ramen Toy is all about doing the stuff that nobody does, right? Which often is not the best move, because when nobody does it, that means you shouldn't be doing it, right? I should be doing Iron Man, Transformers, the stuff that sells. But no, I'm doing the stuff that nobody's doing, because I don't want to get into the competition and start competing with the guy who's doing Optimus Prime, the guy who's doing, another Iron Man. I'm just not into that, right? So I want to do stuff that's not done. So again, I could be criticized that, it's not right. Just give me a proper kit without the transforming. But that's the way it is. We have got to make it different, so that's the selling point. So some people have noted that the cockpit is all wrong, but this was done like 9 months ago, 10 months ago even, and we have since improved it greatly, because we have not shown the latest version, right? There's even a figure that's already done that's going to sit inside that car. And it's not going to be any slop, because based on what you're seeing of us with our recent improvements of sculpts to Ace of Aviation, the Marshal, you can expect a decent sculpt with this figure. So anyway, long story short, we are still looking at licensing this guy, but there's no guarantees. But what is guaranteed is that you guys want it, right? You guys want it, so I got to get it out either way. Whether I'm persecuted or not, that's a different thing. So that's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that.
That's right.
If it ever gets approved and you've got it up for pre-order, day one, I'm pre-ordering it. Like I don't care what I have to do. Zombie. It's happening. I will find a way.
We will find a way. Yeah.
That's right.
Life finds a way.
So these pictures that I'm sharing here, I did see a question. These are the first images that they released to just kind of show off, hey, we're interested in doing this sort of thing. So these are not the improved versions that Ace
not
just
at all.
Yeah. I don't have those pictures. So.
Yeah, because we wanted to get the licenser's approval, and when that happened, there's always going to be like, oh, please change this and change that. It always happens. So I'm not going to like do a final version and then let them change it. I'm just going to do something rough and then let them change it so that I can change it to the proper version, right? Or the proper, details and stuff like that. So so these are all the considerations that people don't understand, because every licensing approval process will always be changes. Like it or not, some guy will have to give his 2 cents and you got to change it, right? So that's just the way it is.
That guy, he's gonna be that guy.
Or gal.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
You never know. I mean, I have to deal with that at my job too. Somebody comes in and goes, "Oh no, that's not how it's supposed to be," and you have to change it again.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but yeah, I am. I'm really excited for this. I mean, I love what you're doing with all of the vehicles and everything so far, but I haven't shut up about this. These images come up. Ask him; he'll tell
Yeah.
you. You keep talking about this.
That's why I was so eager to do this. I was like, yeah, I think you have a question you'd like to ask.
Yeah.
Is anybody keeping track of the anniversary? Is next year or this year the 40th anniversary of Knight Rider? Is anybody keeping track?
I'm not sure, but Dustin, you can probably look that up quicker than I could.
Because it'll be a good idea if let's say next year is the anniversary, then it'll be a good idea that this comes out next year for the anniversary.
yeah.
It wouldn't be so
mean,
nice though if it's this year, then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it in time. So
Yeah, it says there was a 40th anniversary of Knight Rider was celebrated in 2022.
Oh, okay. I'm way late.
That's when they released the
Missed it by that much. I mean, I even had. Where'd it go? I lost it. Where's my tabs are so mixed up right now. I even had this as a kid, and I tore this thing up. I wrote it so much. So yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Really though, back to your site. This is ramentoy.com here. I should have said that in the beginning. So this is all of the listings here. Some of it, this is all pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the metal black version of the Ramen Racer you'd mentioned, and it looks like Inferno's back.
Yes, that's right.
And then your available now is we've got all of the vans available, correct?
Yes.
Nothing sold out?
Not yet. Soon.
Not yet. Okay, good.
I can tell that there are low numbers. Yep.
And then there's the Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not familiar with this. The Great White. What is this?
It is the never produced car from Mask.
Ah.
Yeah.
No way.
No way you don't know Mask.
Yeah, I don't actually.
Wow, okay.
I'm a little familiar. I remember having a couple of the toys as a kid.
There we go. Yeah.
I didn't have any of those things.
Yeah, they were the other transforming toy line outside of Transformers.
Okay.
Cool.
I must have been too obsessed with, in my little cave.
You had the Thundercats. That's no.
Thundercats and He-Man. That's what I had as a kid.
These cool little transformations that would pop out. Some of them had wings, and they all had like guns and stuff to put on them, and they all came with these little, like 3 3/4 sized figures for the drivers, and they had helmets. Some of them you could take off, which hence the name Mask. They had masks. So yeah. I do remember the toy line. I wasn't familiar with this particular design itself. That looks great.
That's cool, though. I mean,
this is something you'd see like in James Bond.
For sure.
You did. Yeah. You. Yeah.
No, I like that. That's cool.
I know I had the Neutrino car from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that wheels flipped up like that. That's the only thing I remember. Oh man, that's cool.
So 80s Commanders. Tell us a little about that. I'm not familiar with that at all.
Whoa. So these are like Centurions. So those were our first ever products, but we have done them like 3 runs. So the first run was we reimagined it as more realistic colors. We didn't really have good head sculpts back then. So, but if you had the helmets on with the like weathered look, the more realistic colors, it looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And those were our very first products where we came in and showed the people what we could do, and we got support on that. And then obviously there was the crowd that said they wanted them to be in the exact same colors as the cartoon, not the dulled down versions that we turned out. And they
Mhm.
wanted, proper head sculpts. So we did a version 2, which was a 3-pack with all 3 of them in the colors that the folks wanted. And then once they were sold out, you know, we proceeded to produce the antagonist cyborg, which is a hacker. We have our own version of the land drone, which is the, let's see, what's that? Traumatizer. And then we actually packaged them in the original style design box of the 80s. So we thought that, since we're doing that, maybe collectors would like to have these guys back in the same box format. And that's when we release these guys in this format for collectors. So you get the same thing, but in a different packaging. Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
that's really cool.
I just clicked on view all. I don't know if I just messed up or not, but
No, you're good. You're good.
there we go. There's a few more. Oop. Get my zoom to work. There we go. Interesting.
Bear with me just a moment.
Technical difficulties, Dustin.
Oh no, he's attending to somebody in the house, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, my kids are still up, and they were supposed to be in bed hours ago, and now my pants are caught in the wheel of my chair. It's just a mess.
I can help you there, man.
Oh, at least it was just the pants, Dustin.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I decided to take it easy and stay relaxed, and I'm wearing my Pikachu pants,
Mm.
and the pant leg, they're pajama pants, and they got caught under the leg of the
rollers.
chair.
Yeah.
Here I am, all unprofessional, not wearing pants.
See, this I'm gonna redirect the conversation back to toys. This particular version of the van here just makes me want to, because this is another show that I grew up watching.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
makes me want to make customs of the team that would ride around in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dangerous thing for me here.
Slippery slope, they say.
Oh yes, I love it though. I love this thing. Like,
So
don't
so
sell
the
it.
whole story of this is, again, we did the ramen racer,
Mhm.
and the next vehicle that we did before the kit was the van, because collectors were asking for a van.
Mhm.
So we did the van, and shortly after showing off the prototype and the colored sample, folks were asking for, I just want maybe a white van, a normal van.
Mm.
So we stripped the parts and then made it into a simple white van. And then people said, I want a black van. Okay, we'll do that too. We'll do a black van and a white van. And we thought that was it. And then further on, they said that, oh, but I want the black one with the parts of the other one and make it into like the Punisher. And that's okay. Then we'll give it to you. We'll give you the black van with all the stuff.
Mhm.
And that was how that van evolved into these 4. Yeah.
The demands of the people.
Yep.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to see. I want this. That's the thing. I want not just one of these. Like, there's a few that I want, and I'm gonna have to like clear off shelf space to house these things. everything is big in 2025. Apparently,
Yeah.
there's been a size increase in the toy, like just the mass of things. And Dustin, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you got that cat's layer.
Yeah.
But I guess with all things in life, it always comes back again. You know what I'm saying? For example, the fashion used to be like loose pants, and then there was tight pants.
I'm
and then
waiting
it
for
was
things
loose
to get
pants
this
again, and then there was tight pants. So same thing here. You may have the age of collecting small figures
Mm-hmm.
and then getting big, and then it might be back to small. You know,
Yeah.
3 3/4 is back in the game. With Joy Toy and all these players higher, and they need vehicles, right? Which
Yeah.
is not yet readily available. So, you know, the reason why we cater to all these 112 is because of the rise of the 112 scale uh, action figures in recent years, right? And nothing is stopping us from catering to maybe the change of culture, the change of fashion, and going back smaller and then producing smaller vehicles again.
Yeah. I agree. I think that needs to happen. Just so that I have somewhere to put my battle beasts.
Mm. Are those battle beasts like only like 5 points of articulation?
No, they're
Uh,
just 2 points of
Oh, 2
articulation.
points. Okay.
just the
Just the
arms.
arms.
Yep,
Okay.
that is
So
it.
what may I ask what is the sorry to sidetrack a little bit. So what is the 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 draw of the battle beasts for collectors if they're only like 2 points of articulation?
Well, I think it's maybe just nostalgia. They
Okay.
they
Okay.
had the little what's it called? You put your thumb on it and it reveals an element,
Okay.
and that's how they do battle or something.
Yeah,
They've
Ah.
it was
evolved the
beasts.
games to now it's dice that you can hit a
Okay.
plunger on the back and it like falls out and you calculate a total or whatever. So I thought that was fun when I first
Okay.
started getting back into collecting.
Nice.
Not that I ever stopped, but not entirely anyway.
There, there definitely is a strange obsession when it comes to Battle Beasts. It's really hard to nail down why
Mhm.
people loved it so much. For me, I didn't have many of them because there just wasn't many in my area. I
No.
guess like I had a handful, and that was
Yeah.
it. That's all. And I loved them dearly.
Mhm.
But
And they
I
did
guess
have like playset or vehicle type things that I'd never even seen. I've only heard
Mhm.
whispers of, but yeah,
yeah,
it's out there apparently.
it's and there's been a lot of things that have taken inspiration from Battle Beasts that have
Mhm.
come out as modern figures and everything, but nothing's really hit that same, like, I don't know, vein of popularity with it. It's all been kind of stamped down or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Definitely hard to nail down for sure. But
Well, I got the Musk set back on screen here because that is still going on, still up for pre-order.
Oh yeah.
You can get the whole thing, get the sections you need. Maybe you just want the street sections. They've got them there. You can pre-order them.
Yep. We
Go.
will bring a tool sample like pre-production for Joe Fest. That's the
okay.
aim. So people can see it in the flesh, the plastic, and then
That's gonna be
hopefully
so
that
cool.
should generate a lot of buzz.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
had I forget what toy show it was at, but you had the Musk as it was at the time, a van and the Ramen Racer all lined up, and
Mhm.
it just was a glorious thing. I looked at it and I just stared at that for like
That was
hours.
that was Singapore Comic Con back in December, but
Yeah.
unfortunately that was a prototype of the mask, so it's not yet fully functional in terms of the sturdiness of the structure. Is
Okay.
most of it are 3D printed except for the two horizontal parts.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, but what we're going to be showing in Joe Fair is going to be like the
Yeah.
real thing.
Oh, that's gonna be
Nice.
so awesome.
When is Joe Fest?
That will be the third week, I believe, of June.
Okay.
Yep, coming
Right
soon.
around the corner.
Time
Yeah, it
flies.
Yeah, it's blowing my mind at how fast time's moving. It's unreal.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
already in March of the new year, right?
Right.
So,
I
Yes.
honestly still consider it my daughter's birthday, which is in January
Wow.
12th, and we still even haven't had her birthday party all like total like as a family yet. And it's like,
Wow.
oh yeah, we'll do it next month. We'll do it next week. We'll do it next week. And then it's like, whoa, wait. It's now what?
You just got to do it now.
I know. I feel so bad that we haven't done it yet, but still, she's I guess used to it. But I don't know. But so, is there anything that we didn't ask or cover that you want to touch on or talk about?
Well, there's a lot of things going on for us.
Yeah.
So basically, we are working towards getting the modular uh, for pre-orders, I guess, later this month, and then we will have the Man's Eagle Shop for pre-order, hopefully in April.
Okay.
And one that's happened, we should have the antagonist scientist, right, which is Doc Terra, that fans have been asking for ever since we started the 80s Commanders line. So he should be coming out in the flesh in June, I think, June. And then, we're off to Joe Fest in June. We'll show off tanks. We'll show off sewer layers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll be moving on to the next thing, which I guess I'm still yet to reveal. And then, I guess towards the middle of the year at Joe Fest, we'll have more things to talk about.
Okay. All right. So the note for me is to circle back in July, right? July.
June, July, yeah.
All right. Excellent.
I'll
Man.
definitely be watching.
Yeah, for sure. Very intrigued with this line of questioning.
Yeah, you can question all you like. I'm also
So
here.
I kind of want to circle back to
Yeah.
the bonus pieces that are come with the Musk set that you said that's exclusively through your site through Ramen Toys. You're not going to be
That's
able to
right,
get those through other places. So how did those come about? Like, who was it? Fans saying, it'd be nice to have a piece like the lamp post lights up and stuff like that, or was that something purely
Yes, it's
in-house?
it's all based from fan feedback. I've heard what they wanted, and I just conjured up some other like fire hydrant and mailbox things. So there's a whole premise of it, right? And again, these were essentially not part of the initial concept. The initial concept was to do something that will help the fans who were not so convinced to fork out $300 for what NECA had presented.
Mm.
Again, not faulting NECA, definitely.
Yeah, no.
They got a great product right there. But I was just looking at how we can improve it and not copy something verbatim. So we didn't have a lot of stuff that NECA has. No furniture for us whatsoever. A blank, sewer environment. We added a street section that is not a foam board. We added the lights, which was not available on the other version. And all these add-ons we thought would be interesting, right? You got to have some fire hydrants on the sidewalk. You got to have a mailbox somewhere, a street lamp. And then we thought that maybe we should put this just to make it interesting. Because what's fun is that if it's not interesting. So it's all about toys, and toys is supposed to make it interesting, right? So we have the tiers. We thought about the tiers, and we were only again counting the units sold only for the super mass. We're not concerned about if you bought 100 street sections or 100 sewer sections, right? We're just concentrated on the super mass because that, again, like I said, is where all the tooling is. And for us to deliver the flagship product to everybody, that focus must be on this product, right? So how do we get folks invested to help us? Again, it's not a crowd fund. We're going to be doing it nonetheless, but help us to know that we are making the right choice by putting in the money to tool all this stuff, by your sales, by your commitment to help bring this product to the levels that we need to get it produced and everything makes sense. So the tiers were set in, right? We thought that we just start off at 500 units sold. We'll give a fire hydrant, and then 800 we get the what you call it, around 650 we get the mailbox, and then 800 it was the lamp post, and then so on and so forth. So that was the whole incentive to make a camp, and it was just trying out all these the first time we're doing all these tiers thing.
Okay. Well, I for one enjoy that. I liked watching you guys say, "Oh yeah, we unlocked a new thing."
Yeah.
It's like I think that's a good thing, and it's nice that it's not crowdfunded like you were talking about. So
nope, it's not crowdfunded. Yeah.
A lot of that going on right now too.
Yeah,
I heard.
That's for sure.
But so I want to ask, what type? So we know what you like to make and all that kind of stuff. What type of toys are you into? What type of things do you like to collect?
Well, making toys is it has an effect on you in a sense that you don't really start collecting anymore, or rather you don't really collect, because whatever you're collecting, you're using it as R&D to better your own product. So that is it's like a curse, the moment you enter into making toys, you no longer actually collect toys. Maybe you still do for some people, but for me, I was always into initially skill modeling, right? As a young teenager, I was into skill modeling, FX, F16, F14, putting it together, painting it. That's what I was talking about, airbrush, right? That sort of thing. And then it slowly moved into toys, right? Because as I was making a career out of selling toys on eBay, toys was always a much wider audience than model kits. And then when I started out on my own as a business in 2014, almost 11 years ago, I started again with model kits. I started with built aircraft models, die-cast aircraft models, because that was what I do, right? But again, the die-cast aircraft model community, the customers, the people buying these things are so small compared to action figures. So that's why we ventured into making the 80s Commanders, and then we're doing what we're doing now with Ramen Toy, which is action figure related. Anything that can complement what you are collecting. The tanks complement your classifieds. The Ramen complements your action figure collection. The Ramen Racer complements the figures you want riding in that car, etc., etc. But for me personally, if it's not only skill models, I do have a love for 89 Batman. I used to buy whatever I can of Batman, like the Batwing, the Batmobiles, of course. The figures, not really, because I'm not. When I look at the Kenner figures, I don't feel that they are attractive to me because they have only limited articulation, right? So a bit of me has that skill model accuracy program inside, where I look at a simple figure, I said, no, I can't buy this. It's not good enough, right?
Right.
So at a point of time, I'm also really into like small statues, where I see statues, I appreciate statues, but I don't buy statues. I just see the artistry, the workmanship, the details of statues. So it becomes, right, along as we see the evolution, the simple figures evolve into more accurate rendition with your classified, with your Mayfax, with your higher toys, really giving the details to small figures on 3 3/4. But then again, we now see the reverse, and we go back to what Masco is doing, what Mattel is doing with the reissue of the He-Man with no articulation. So, like I just said at the top of the hour, that trends go back and forth, right?
Yeah.
You go big, you go small, you go tight pants, you go loose pants, you go back again, you go to articulation, more articulation, and then less articulation. If you feel me,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can totally understand that, and I can see where you're coming from with the work you're doing, with what you're producing and everything. You know, like with
Thank you.
the models and how you're approaching the vehicles and the play sets now and everything. So I can totally see that about you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, so would you consider the pre-sales here for the Super Musk set a success?
Yes. Initially, it was quite worrying though, because we were like, hovering on like 200 units sold for a long time
Yeah.
during the start of the campaign. We thought that it would like just skyrocket, but no. So right now, our most successful campaign so far is still the Ramen Racer, where it just raced off to 1,000 units.
Hmm.
And then this one was like, well, wait a minute. So it just goes to show you that nothing is guaranteed, right? You
Yeah.
put out a product,
Right.
it does not mean that it's going to get you gangbusters. But it's picked up momentum in the past few days, and we're now just, I think last time I checked, it was like 8 units shy of 1,000
Mm.
sold. So I think that's pretty good. So once we
Yeah.
have that, along with our units from resellers and stuff, we should be able to. In fact, we already have the minimum quantities needed to run this project. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Good to
Definitely good to
know.
know.
So that kind of leans into my next thing I was going to ask. So this sort of thing is always circulated around because I'm real big into Mythic Legions and everything. Is there any plans, maybe possibly doing like some type of like inner set for like castle walls kind of thing? Because
You betcha.
everybody's always asking the horsemen, and the horsemen are like, yeah, we don't know if we can do that.
Why not?
This seems like it's such a you thing that you could tackle and pull off. So
Yeah, we,
that's
we
my
will we
question.
will look into that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to plant that seed.
Hmm. Already planted. Don't worry, it's already planted.
Okay. Okay.
Good deal.
Yeah. I had to get that one in. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
people for years have asked the horsemen to do it, and I don't think they understand like how to handle the logistics of something like that. You
Hmm.
know, how
Hmm.
big do you make it? How do you
Hmm.
put it in sections? What do you do? Because they do action figures, and of course they've got their dragon campaign that they're trying to get funded for right now, and that's the
Hmm.
biggest thing that they've ever done so far. So
Yeah.
for them to to do these play sets and things that people keep saying that they're interested in, and say, it's one thing to say that, oh yeah, well, I want that, I'd buy that, but then when the time comes and the chips are on the table, are you going to put your money where your mouth is? Are you going to
Yeah.
buy it? Not everybody does.
Yeah.
So there's always a risk with stuff like that. So
Yep.
it's good
Hmm.
to know that it's at least on your radar.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dio Ramen is a series, and we are committed to make Dio Ramens for collectors.
I
Yeah.
Awesome.
like that. I like that. Oh man, I can't wait.
Ah.
All right. So Dustin, you got anything else? I'm tapped
um.
out.
Well.
That was it.
Just a couple plugs for us here. Is there anything that you want to plug? You're going to Joe Fest, right?
Hmm.
You got stuff. We're gonna circle back in June, July at time. See if we can talk again.
Hmm.
And anything else other than that?
Well, I am really busy, right? Really working as best I can for our customers, our supporters, our fans.
Mm.
I have lots of trips coming up for different conventions other than action figures. I got a Beijing hobby show in April. That's for my diecast aircraft model. I'll be
Mm.
off to Shizuoka in May, also for the diecast models and stuff like that. And then June, obviously in Joe Fest, planning all the stuff that we need to get done in time for Joe Fest, in time to release our you know tanks and armored vehicles and stuff like that. Concentrating now to make sure that the Ramen, the super mask, gets tooled and ready to go.
Mm.
And the next half of the year, as far as I can see now, I'm headed to New York Comic Con in October. I would hope to go to San Diego, hopefully in July, but who knows? It's going to be tough because just coming back from Joe Fest in June, but we'll see. I love to go check out SDCC because it's been a long time since I last arrived. So yeah, it's still work as usual. Lots of stuff going on, trying to get some licenses along the way, developing the next round of our Gacha-Man license. So lots of stuff happening, and I will be keeping everybody, up to date on our own live streams that we aim to do once every month. And then come July, I'll come back to the Thunder Nerds to also talk about what we've been doing.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Where do you do your live streams? Where can people find that?
Yep, they'll be on YouTube at Ramen Toy. Easy to find. Just type in Ramen Toy on YouTube. You'll find us there. Facebook, as usual, we started on Facebook. We're still very active on Facebook. And of course, on IG, I update some pictures there so that the folks who are committed to that particular platform gets updates from us.
That's me. Guilty.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm following too.
Well, now our schedule here is actually we have something. Oh, where'd it go? Good grief.
Ace,
Okay.
I need one of those hats.
We're gonna be online tomorrow, doing a demo of Escargo, which is a cool little game that we're gonna. Well, I don't really know exactly what it's about yet, but I'm gonna be on with my Thunder Kittens, and we'll be playing this game. Nice little demo with Christopher Brown of Laughing Rogue, and and then Friday we'll be back for Mortal and Army of Thieves, which is actually a sequel to Army of the Dead that we just watched last week. So tune in for an ADHD theater, and tune in for Just Roll With It with me and the kids tomorrow. And let's see. And that's about it. That's all I got. Oh, Road Pig John saying hey, and Woodham saying hey. Not as good, but he's late. All forgiven. You could catch us on the replay. Lots of information.
We already do a late show. They're super late.
Yeah, super late.
The late show.
That's right. No, I was just saying, Ace, I'm gonna need one of them hats.
Okay. You coming to Joe Fest?
Probably not.
Probably not. I don't get out much.
Right. We'll find a way to send them to you. All right.
We'll talk.
Okay.
All right. Well, until next time, Thunder Nerds ho.
Thank you.